Hey everyone, so in this video we're doing another character spotlight and we're doing this one on Blue Abraham. Now you guys all know that I kind of pride myself in finding a use for almost every single toon, but Abraham confounds me. I remember there was a glitch with his Abraham a while ago where all of a sudden his AP, so his adrenaline rush, dropped to only needing 45 like his 5-star, but now he's reverted back to his normal self. 76 AP, he's a specialist toon with Indomitable, meaning every time he's attacked and he's not stunned, he gets plus 30% defense until the next turn, and this ability can stack. Now, when he rushes, 76 AP deals 325% damage and taunts for 2 turns to a line of enemies. He also gets 100% defense for 2 turns, so he's basically just a huge tank. He's a shield. You would run this toon on an attack team, for example, or a defense team to taunt the enemy into him because he will have such high defense that no one should be able to get through him. He's going to have 100% defense minimum, but the biggest downside is 76 AP. If he was left at 45 AP, you could use him a bit more because you could realistically create a bunch of taunt loops with him, but at 76 AP, he's just way too slow. I don't like this character at all. This is on my playtest account, which is how I have him, but I don't have him on my main, nor do I want him on my main. His active skill isn't that great. It's a heal self, turn 3 initial cooldown, and then 2 turns after that before he can use it again. So this character regains up to 30% of their max HP for 2 turns. Now, this is just such a low amount. This active skill is very late at turn 3. You have to wait an additional 2 more turns before you can use it again. You're only regaining 30% of your HP over 2 turns, and by the time this character can even use this skill, he's probably going to be dead, being a Generation 1 6-star. Now, the only area that I can think of using Abraham in is him as a 5-star, and that's only because he has the specialist skill, Hemorrhage. So personally, I've always been a fan of bleed teams, and Hemorrhage was a key component to a bleed team that I had in my first 6 months of playing. I used to actually run 4-star Sarah on an attack team and utilize Davy's lacerating ability to take out some of the tankier defense teams that I was seeing, because I was still playing with 5-stars and a handful of 6-stars, while some people had maxed out 6-stars and I just couldn't compete. So I always ended up using Hemorrhage toons and bleed toons, and I found it to be really effective because Hemorrhage bleeding worsens every single turn by 150 bleed damage, and it really stacks up when you have a lacerator. It's almost a certain death to the enemy, although it is slow. So Abraham, if he had retained this ability as a 6-star, he would have been a lot more useful. I'm not exactly sure why they changed him to an Indomitable toon. Like, even his rush at 45 AP here, he deals 300% damage to a single enemy and then gets 145% attack, which is a big turnaround from 100% defense as a 6-star. He also gets 100 crit for 2 turns, which is perfect because Hemorrhage can only be triggered upon a critical hit. So I have to say, 5-star Abraham was really thought out. His kit is very well put together, and we know exactly what he's used for. Meanwhile, the 6-star takes a complete 180 and goes from an offensive character to a defensive character, and a slow one at that. So I personally cannot think of a proper use for 6-star Abraham, and if any of you guys have any ideas, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching and listening to my video.